Impeaching him won't change an economy that is set up to exploit most of the people in this country. It won't change the military-industrial complex or the fact that climate change is going to kill us all. And also, why is everyone acting surprised that he accidentally leaked top-secret information? Everyone knows. Children are terrible at keeping secrets. But as we all focus on Trump, other stories go completely ignored. So I've got one for you that has implications for all of us. And if you're watching on TV right now, this might be the most bleeped segment in Redacted Tonight's history. It's not going to be... It might even beat out that segment I did a while back on why you shouldn't abbreviate the word country as simply cunt. You know, because then there's all the news reports about increase in violence in our cunt, and it's not... It's misleading, to say the least. Okay, so the governor of North Carolina vetoed a bill last week. Then the state House and Senate voted to override the veto. Now that's big. That's a big deal. That's usually a big deal. Overriding veto. That means the lawmakers were like, oh, this bill, we got to get this through. And so you're thinking, well, what was it? Was it, you know, reasserting freedom of speech or something like that? No. The bill entitles factory farms to spray their neighbors with pig shit. Literally. And that pig poop, once in the air, can trigger eye irritations, difficulty breathing, feelings of stress and anxiety. Yeah, you think? Do you think? North Carolina is one of the biggest factory farm states there is. When you drive over the state line, it says, "Welcome to the pig anus of America." It's right, it's right there. They have 6,500 industrial hog farms known as concentrated animal feeding operations, which house more than 9.5 million animals. The pigs produce 10 billion gallons of feces and urine each year, which the operations store in large open-air pits, euphemistically referred to as lagoons. 10 billion gallons of pig shit a year. That's more than Congress sprays out of their faces. To make sure the pits do not overflow, the operations periodically lower their levels by shooting the fecal mixture over spray fields or feed crops with higher sprinklers. Hold on. There are pig shit sprinklers? Jesus! Do not invite your nieces and nephews over to play in those sprinklers. That sounds worse than the Crocodile Mile. So anyway, big surprise, as they're spraying pig shit into the air, some of it wafts onto nearby homes like snowflakes of ass. And it coats the people and the cars and the children and the school buses. If you think it's tough going to third grade dressed in knockoff Nikes, imagine going dressed in pig shit. So the people living in these areas sued the factory farm, Smithfield Foods. But North Carolina lawmakers, specifically Republicans, care less about the voters of North Carolina than the people of North Carolina, right? These are their constituents. They care less about them than they care about spraying pig shit in the air. So they wrote a bill that basically stopped these people from being able to sue Smithfield Foods. That bill passed, was vetoed by the governor, then the veto was overturned. 960,000 North Carolinians live within 3 miles of one of these manure pits. Of course, those residents have suffered awful health problems, not to mention the decrease in their quality of life now that when they invite friends over, you know, the friends suddenly have to run after only one round of Jenga. It shows that our politicians literally care more about corporate fecal matter than they do about us. Corporations pay these politicians to get elected. The politicians then defend them even as they hose down the voters in lagoons of shit. This type of thing is happening across the country. These areas are called corporate sacrifice zones, all right? Areas of the country, usually around minorities and poor people, where corporations can simply destroy everything and make the lives of those who live around absolutely awful. And sure enough, industrial hog farms disproportionately impact low-income communities of color. Corporations pick these areas because those communities generally have a lot less political power, right? Just look at Standing Rock. The Dakota Access Pipeline was initially proposed to go through more white areas, but then it was rejected. Instead, it was routed through native lands, sacred native lands. This pig shit bill also serves as an example to other corporations. I mean, if spraying pig shit on your neighbors is kosher, what can't they do to us? Just to clear that up, pig shit is not kosher. It's not, even if it was blessed by a rabbi, but why would he do that in the first place, really? That'd be fucked up. And are you ready for the real kicker of this story? Who does this pig shit extravaganza really benefit? Is it hardworking farmers? Nope. This bill really benefits the Chinese. That's right. This bill benefits the Chinese company WH Group, which acquired Smithfield Foods and owns the majority of the hogs in North Carolina. The Chinese bought our politicians, hosed us down in pig shit, then passed a bill saying we have to pretend it's raining chocolate. What's the point in living in a country that has a vicious global empire if other countries can just buy our government and laminate us in a festival of feces? Man, if this is what winning looks like, then what is losing? Jesus. This story is a microcosm of everything that is happening across the U.S. In a world where money rules over all else, the land, water, air, animals, and ultimately the people will be sold for parts. And it doesn't end until we truly fight back against it. Oh, also, the next super virus that could kill millions will likely come from antibiotic-resistant bacteria from factory farming. But the farm lobby won't let scientists track the danger. Oh, they don't want scientists to track the super deadly bacteria as it's fired out of their shit cannons onto nearby townsfolk? I wonder why. So let me see if I have this all, let me sum it up here. They fill our landscape with shit, hose us down in shit, making us sick as shit, and in the future possibly kill millions. And we can't do shit about it because our politicians are shit, because the corporations made them rich as shit. Then when the shit hits the fan, they go, shit happens. Good. That's all right? Good. Coming to you from Washington, D.C., the Belly of the Beast. This is Redacted tonight.